Hello, this is Stuart from escapetoland.com and I'm going to walk you through a quick edit of this image which was taken on the Isle of Iona. Just to show you whereabouts it was taken from. This is the Isle of Mull and you would usually get a ferry from Oban up to Craignure and then you can drive or by some means take transport down to the very bottom west point of Mull and then you can get a ferry over to Iona. Now the image in question was taken right along the north side of the island on this beach looking over towards the Isle of Mull, and if you actually look at the image, I think the highest point, if I'm right, is Benmore, which you can see if I go back to, is this point over here. Now this rock in question, I can actually show you exactly where it is. So if we zoom right in here, so it's this part of the beach we were at, which is a very, very beautiful place to be. So if I click on the bird's eye view and I go in even closer, you can see there's wonderful, very light water, very blue water. It's absolutely beautiful. Definitely recommend going to visit it. And the rock in question, very sad to know this, is actually that one right there. So if we go back to it, you can see that's the rock that we've taken a photo of. And if I'm right, I believe I was standing just over this part of rock looking towards that rock there, which is this one here. So I quite like this image because like other seascapes, you've got a foreground element, you've got the sand, the beach, but what makes it unusual to get a photo in Iona is you have the mountains in the background. It's not often you'd get the sea and the mountains in the same shot. So how would I edit this photo? So first thing I would do, as usual, is enable profile corrections to fix any distortion. And just to see, I want to just make sure, let's see, what about the angle, whether or not it's straight. I think let's actually use this tool. So it's a lot easier to use on a seascape because you actually do have the horizon or some level there. So I think that's looking a bit flatter. Let's see. Another thing you can try and do is you can use that to use the line. It's not actually looking that straight, so let's see what we can do. This is the very boring part of taking images and editing them. That's looking a bit better. So let's bring that back up again. And can you bring that back down? Move it a bit over. So, okay. Let's press enter and back to the image. So I'm quite happy with the white balance. Now if I went a bit more yellow, yep, that does look quite nice, but I want to make it a bit more representative of what I saw, and the blue makes it look a bit too blue. So very lucky. The as shot seems to be okay. So you've got some of the blue elements, you've got some of the sky, but you also still have some of the warmer tones. The first thing I want to maybe do is just bring down the exposure just a little bit, so just even to there. That just brings out just a bit more of the blue of the ocean. But I want to increase the contrast just slightly. So we bring that up to about a wee bit more. See how that looks. So I'll toggle using the / key. So I'm liking that a bit more. Yep, that's quite nice and bright as it was, but I want to have a bit more of a punch to the image. I also want to just bring down the shadows. Let's just see what we can do here. Actually, let's see what I want to do. For this image, actually, I'm going to bring them up a wee bit. So let's look at the highlights. It's not really making too much of a difference, but let's keep that there. The white point. Yep, let's bring that up a bit, makes it a wee bit brighter. So toggle back. It's a small change, but it's just, you can see there's a bit more blue here in the ocean, and it's just bringing out a bit more there. And then for the blacks, no, I think I'm going to leave that the way it was. But I am going to increase the clarity a little bit. So we see about 24, and then I want to try and bring a bit more of the sea, so that's looking a bit let's just say around a wee bit less. That's a bit too much. Let's bring that down to about 10. I actually think that's looking okay. So this is another relatively quick edit I'm doing here. Now let's do a quick check again to see whether or not I can see any dust spots. This is just doing it very quickly, so you may see some, but I don't actually see them right now. Nothing really at the moment. So I'll zoom back out. Now, of course, I could, in theory, come along here and let's just see. Okay, I'll take out that one. Let's see, because that's not always going to be there. Let's take out this and this. I wouldn't necessarily move an element of a landscape which is always there, but these are small things which can detract a little bit for the image. And let's see, I may remove this. Let's see, I may decide to put it back. That's looking fine. And actually, let's see what happens. Very last part. So it's just trying to clean up the image a little bit. I think that's looking okay. I mean, these were parts of the image which would change, you know, on an hourly basis anyway. So I don't have too much of an issue from fixing these. Let's see here. Let's do a little bit more. So just removing these very small little points. I'll say again, if it was an element of the scene which I'm changing aesthetically, which is always should be there, I would actually keep it in. But actually looking back on this now, I'm going to just bring down the vibrancy just a little bit, just a tiny bit. And I think that's looking okay. So that was another edit, a quick edit of this image of on the Isle of Iona of this beach. So if you'd like to do an edit yourself, please click the link to the blog post and download the DNG raw file, have a go yourself, post it on social media, or any other places, any websites you would like to. If you can, please at least have a link back to this, the website I've got, which is escapetoland.com. Please leave a comment if you can, like this video and subscribe. Thank you very much.